right. Welcome in, everybody. WJOB AM 1230, 104.7 FM on the radio, as well as video, Jed TV. You may be listening on a TuneIn app as well. So welcome in to the show. This is Of Notoriety with Phil Potempa. Phil Potempa out on assignment today. But never fear, I am here, Tony Panic, along with Luke Miller co-hosting, and a great guest we'll get to in just a second. But this is the podcast broadcast equivalent of all the stories you see in the Post-Tribune, possibly there, Chicago Tribune, as well as, on the internets as well, the viral Post-Tribune and Chicago Tribune. But we can't thank enough our sponsors, the generous underwriting of People's Bank right across the lot here, and all the People's Banks around the area. And throughout the years, he had the Indian Arts Commission, Legacy Foundation, so we thank them for their support of this program and viewers like you. As I mentioned, Luke Miller. Luke, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Excited to be here.
Are you in the spooky spirit here?
Just getting into it, with the fall temps starting to roll on in, starting to get in the mood.
They're rolling on in. Now, if you're watching on, if the camera's tuned on, you can see the set is a little spooky. We got some pumpkins here. Let me move the pumpkins over there. We got a little spooky skull head. We got a looming scarecrow back here. I believe it might talk, but I don't want to tempt
Want me
it.
to be a ventriloquist to get it to talk?
And Luke, who's your buddy next to you?
This is Bones.
Bones!
He's kind of shy and quiet. He doesn't talk much, but he's got a headset just in case.
Bones got a headset just in case he wants to say a few words. You never know. It'd be terrifying if it starts speaking during the program. But who will be speaking during the program is our guest today, Bob Anderson from Bob After Dark. Bob, how you doing today?
Doing good, Tony Panic.
Yes, Tony was my name here.
I'm still calling you Panic.
Yes, Panic as well. But you know what? Bob, of course, longtime host of Bob After Dark.
Yes.
I was looking at this, Bob. In October marks your 7-year anniversary, WJOB.
WJOB, yes. And then we became a podcast 5 years ago.
Let's talk about Bob After Dark. What is Bob After Dark all about?
So we're a weekly show where we talk about legends, lore, and supernatural things that go bump in the night, lights in the sky, and weird cryptid stories. We're like those guys you see on TV, except we have a sense of humor about what we talk about because sometimes you just have to laugh at the absurdity of the paranormal. So that's I'm usually here Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., but I'm here Tuesday at 10 a.m., and boy, I'm confused.
Well, you can normally catch it on Tuesdays at 9 p.m., providing there's no sports ball going on or whatnot, sports games. But 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, WGLB, and as well as all the podcast formats out there.
Wherever you listen to great podcasts at, you'll find Bob After Dark as well.
Apple, Spotify, Hulu. YouTube, okay, as well. Okay.
At the Bob After Dark.
At Bob After Dark. Now, that's Bob After Dark. Luke, you tune in Bob After Dark.
Yeah, tuned in before, especially the show that had a couple professors that I had on there with the
vampire lore episode. That was a good one. Those guys were awesome.
When we were in college, they didn't offer vampire courses.
I would have been the first one to sign up for a vampire course if we would have had it back when I was in college.
Maybe we go back to school like Rodney Dangerfield or something like that and take a course on vampires. I know a little something about vampires. You have somebody on the show that's your producer. Kind of looks like me, but I think it's a distant relative from ancient years.
They say he's the heartthrob of my show.
I guess so.
The Justin Timberlake or the Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
That's probably the first time Jonathan Taylor Thomas has been referenced on WJOB, but we'll take it here. Now, Luke, what's your experience with the paranormal? Have you ever had any ghostly encounters?
But you know what? No. Only in that I don't believe in the paranormal.
Oh, he's a skeptic.
I'm a very fierce skeptic. I've never had any beliefs. My parents like to tell me, there's ghosts, it's haunted, but I don't believe in any of that. I always think that if I don't understand the scientific reason, then there is one out there that I just don't know about yet.
How do you explain that, Bob?
That he's a skeptic?
Yes.
I don't know, man. You have three types of people in the world when it comes to the paranormal, right? You have your team skeptic people, or as I like to call it, the unfiltered skeptic, the unfiltered type.
Yeah.
They don't believe in anything regardless of what I try to prove. Then you have your believers, which believe in things. And then you have your middle-of-the-road people where they believe what they could see and they want to believe, but they aren't there yet. Or maybe they've seen evidence that they can't explain, and that's where they're at.
Well, you know what? You can encounter many skeptics in your day.
Oh, yeah.
Luke, I don't know if you were see something, like you would have to visually see a ghost for you to believe in it. Or do you still not believe in anything?
That, or I'd have to see it. But then again, it's like you see what appear to be ghosts in different photos and whatnot, or different blurs, but then they're explained away as discoloration in a photograph or something like that. So, but I would say that I am a little closer to the middle of the road in that I'm open to there being paranormal. I just don't know how much evidence there is.
I like to get a couple different perspectives
be
here. Adriana, I don't know if you got a headset on there. Do you believe in ghosts and the paranormal or anything of that nature? Oh, she's turning herself on.
There we go.
There we go. Ghosts?
So ghost paranormal activity, I do believe that they are among us.
Okay.
And as well as I know that throughout my my family and through the different stories and lore that you hear growing up in Hispanic heritage, we are aware of La Llorona.
La Llorona.
And that was the way to make sure that children behave, was that if you don't behave, she's going to come and eat you. And it's a spirit. It's a ghost at some point.
Yeah.
So, and also I have always been told, don't go playing with the Ouija boards. You're going to summon the spirits and everything. So, yeah, I do believe in the ghosts.
I don't mess with Ouija boards, Bob. I know you do.
I do. I collect them, actually. It's kind of fun.
They sell them at Target now.
They do. I mean, they have always sold them.
Ages 8 and up, I guess, can mess with the underworld there.
It's so funny. I have Matthew on the phone right now because they're discussing master plan. He hears me talking about ghosts. He's like, I like ghosts too.
Matt, yeah, we're going to talk about an event Matt's going to come to on
Here,
Saturday.
do
We'll
you
get to
wanna- do you
that
wanna
in just
talk
a
to
second.
them, Matt?
But
Do
Bob,
you believe in
Yes.
ghosts?
I think your mic is still on there, I
Oh,
think.
there we go. Yep.
You're good. Bob, what got you into the paranormal?
So when I was a kid, there were two shows on TV that I credit towards everything that what I'm into now. The first being Unsolved Mysteries. Do you remember that one hosted by Robert Stack? It had that theme song that ruined a bunch of Gen X kids and early millennial kids.
You had like a catchphrase too, like.
And you too could help solve a mystery.
Yeah.
But so it was a true crime show for those that maybe never seen it and lived under a rock in the early 90s, late 80s. It was a show with this guy. He hosted Unsolved Mysteries, which was like true crime stuff, and they would do reenactments of the true crime. But occasionally, if you were lucky, they had a segment on called The Unexplained, which they talked about cryptids, aliens, and ghost stories. And the one episode that always stands out to me, because I grew up here, is the Resurrection Mary episode where they had Richard Crowe on.
Big one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ghost story. Whenever I travel to a convention or whatever to do something for Bob After Dark, there's always, never fails when somebody finds out I'm from Chicagoland and they'll say, oh, Resurrection Mary. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, so that's our big story. There was another show on, which I just rediscovered, and it does not hold up as well as I remember it. There's a show called Scariest Places on Earth. With,
that was
hosted
big
by
one.
Linda Blair.
Yeah.
And narrated by the psychic from Poltergeist.
That was huge because that was like before all those ghost investigations.
It was like one of the first
Yeah.
ghost shows. I mean, Leonard Nimoy hosted one. I never watched it because it wasn't around when I was a kid, or I don't remember it being on TV, but I've seen segments. But there wasn't a lot of like those strap a camera on somebody and send them into a haunted location. At least here in America. In England, BBC, there were a couple paranormal like programs out there. But not much here. But Scariest Places on Earth was revolutionary in this fact that let's slap some cameras on this person. I'm going to send them into Dracula's castle.
Yeah,
and
Dracula's castle is where they went. Yeah.
They went to a couple places. They went to like Chillingham Castle. They went, but like later on, the one I remember is they went to Dracula's castle. And
they never found Dracula though.
No. I think he's been gone for quite some time.
Luke, would you want to take a ghost tour?
That would be wonderful. I think that would be, well, it turns out that we might even have an opportunity like that here soon. But no, I think that would be interesting, if not even finding ghosts, just to be in that odd atmosphere.
I think a lot of people get bummed out though when they go on ghost tours and they don't witness anything. Like you're not always going to see a ghost, right, Bob?
No, not always.
Rarely.
There's times when I could stand around for hours in an abandoned building and get nothing.
But you gotta take the good with the bad. Now around here, you mentioned Resurrection Mary. You know, you have the Klein Avenue. It's always a woman in white. They're never wearing green.
Klein Avenue lady's a lady in blue, actually.
Lady in blue.
She's a lady in blue.
Very rare lady in blue. But even around here locally, I mean, we have the Crown Point jail cell. They say the ghost of not exactly the ghost of John Dillinger. That's where John Dillinger stayed, but
briefly.
briefly.
But that place is haunted, though.
Yeah, we've
the
been there
Crown Point
many
Jail,
times.
the old WJOB studio.
Sandy does a great job at the Crown Point Jail cell. We went into the old WJOB studio with Pete Greist and his team.
Northwest Indiana Paranormal, yeah.
That was very active.
That was a very active location.
Yeah.
I had my best evidence I've ever gotten ever at an investigation at the old WJOB studios.
Makes you want to go in there, doesn't it, Luke?
I'll take a look. We'll see what happens.
He's not believing until he sees something. What if it's like running water, like the water turns on? Do you?
There's a pipe that's just leaking. I don't know.
Door closing? Nobody there?
Someone turned it on and ran away. I don't know.
I don't know.
Something cold.
Some things you can't explain. Also, the big one growing up when I was a kid here in the region was Reeder Road.
Yeah, the
Griffith.
Man, there are so many like bizarre local tales about that place. My favorite was the preacher who locked his congregation in the church and then lit it on fire.
Not a good preacher at all.
There's no actual historical record of a preacher lighting, but that's one of the stories. I went out there as a kid, and it was a lot scarier than going out there now as an adult. They've definitely changed that place, like the Griffith area.
They paved. It's like a
it's
bike
like a
path.
bike path now.
Which Chuck Paul.
Chuck somewhere just cringed.
That's even scarier to Chuck than the actual Reeder Road when it was just a road. But back then they had enforcement because Halloween time. That's when everybody wants to get spooked, so they go out into these destinations and try to get spooked. But sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But even around here, you mentioned Richard Crowe, which is a famed Chicagoland ghost investigator.
He was the paranormal investigator of Chicago, and then when he passed, you got other people now. We do it, and Jack Chavez, who's going to be our guest tonight, Pete Greist.
Yeah.
You have all these people now, but back then, Richard Crowe was the guy. He even used to come here on WJOB many moons ago.
Yeah, and I took his bus tour once towards the end of his life with my parents and my sister, and it was a great time. We went to a few hot spots, as well as we ate at Portillo's.
Portillo's, yeah, you told me. I love that story. Yeah. I love how I've never had a Richard Crowe encounter. I never met the guy. I never was on one of his tours, but my half-witted producer, who, by the way, you look like.
I didn't wear the cape. I didn't have the cape back. But it was a good time, and that's what you need nowadays. You need people going out there and keeping that history alive.
Absolutely. There's two aspects to the paranormal that people find fascinating. Or there's many aspects, I should say. But the two big ones are both obviously just the paranormal side of things. But a lot of people that get into the paranormal are also history people. Yeah. They like the history of the location. They like the story behind it. Whether or not there's an actual ghost is just kind of icing on the cake just to be able to go and explore an old building, house, whatever.
And Luke, I know you were eyeing these contraptions on the desk here.
Yeah, what exactly do we have here?
You take these on investigations?
I do. So I thought I brought more investigative equipment, but I apparently only brought two things. I heard a few things in there, and they were fans in my suitcase. The first one we have here, this is a paranormal tripwire box or a movement sensor. You turn it on, there's a little sensor here in front. I don't know if you'll... So that's the noise that'll pick up on if something passes in front of the...
So you're saying if you leave this box out in the open, nothing's there and something passes by it?
If something passes by it and you hear it, you leave it alone in another room, and then you'll hear the music box go off. And then...
How do you explain that, Luke?
Gust of wind.
I will tell you that out of most of my equipment, I can explain a lot with this thing here. I can't explain. I can explain what triggers this thing to go off sometimes. A mouse can easily run by at
quick speed there.
Yeah. Anything that could run fast across a chipmunk, possum, anything in a old house that could tripwire it up. But
that's the purple box right here that you see if you're watching on the screen there. It's still going off. See,
I waved it, so there you go.
Now, what is this?
This is your classic spirit box. If you ever watched it on the TV, this one's called the SB11, the Spirit Box 11. For you the radio enthusiasts out there, essentially what this is a handheld radio that sweeps through unused radio frequencies at between 50 and 300 stations per second. And this will sweep through. I'll turn it on. It's going to be a little loud, but we'll give it a shot anyway.
So this makes frequency noises, basically.
It does, and so...
It needs batteries. Oh, there
it works. I just need to get to that point.
There we go. Look,
so it's like
a lot of buttons on there, too.
Static radio.
So this one... So right now, this is sweeping at 250.
Don't adjust your radios.
250 signals per second. And the idea is if we get an actual like communication, like words coming through that makes sense, that, you know, it's the theory is that it could be a spirit talking through this. What's nifty about my SB11 here, it also has a ambient thermometer that when you turn it on, and if there's like just a couple degrees spike in temperature, it'll start glowing and stuff too.
Very cool.
But that's just two of my equipments. You got Pete, who has a whole giant collection of tools. I have like a smaller one. Did something come through?
I hear a little talking. How do you stop it? How do you stop it?
I'll stop it. I'll turn it
I don't
on.
want to contact the underworld right now. Thank you.
The underworld.
Well,
The afterlife.
The afterlife.
The afterlife. I got you.
Well, maybe some of it's the underworld there, but well, Bob, we have a big event coming up here on
Yes.
this Saturday. So when we're filming this live here on Tuesday, October
The
14th, 15th.
it can't be
14th. The 14th.
The
Today's the
you
14th.
sure it's the 14th?
It's the 14th.
It's the 14th, October 14th.
It's October 14th.
But
Tuesday.
October 18th, which is a Saturday, a pretty big event at East Chicago. Bob, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so the first annual Sometimes Scaring is Caring Festival is happening at Club Cuyahoga in East Chicago.
I'll get the address to that, too.
Yeah, $5 a ticket, and we have 3 paranormal speakers coming out. Myself and my producer from Bob After Dark will be there.
Oh.
We have Pat and Rebecca from Ghostly Podcast, and Jack from Jack Chavez from Channeling Chavez will be there. We have spooky paranormal vendors coming out. We have the Ghostbusters Peoria coming out, which is pretty exciting.
They're gonna. I hear the vehicle, the Ecto.
Yeah, we'll have the Ecto one. It's the Ecto truck.
Yeah.
We'll be out there. We have an inflatable Stay Puft so people can see where it'll be. And then we have the Ghostbusters coming out. We have a paranormal investigation team, Hiccups, coming out. We have vendors. We have a cash bar.
Cash bar
For all of you that
spirits
want to come in for some spirits. It'll be a really good time. We have 3 talkers that'll be starting. Doors open at 6, but I recommend people don't start showing up till about 7.
That's when the show kind
The
of
show really
kicks off.
starts at 7, but doors are at 6.
You got a few cocktails before
you could drop in at the bar and kind of give a little tour of the place. It's the Club Cuyahoga is apparently haunted.
We went there.
We did.
Thanks to Art.
Thanks to Art, our pal
And
Art.
everybody there was great.
Yes, it was a good time.
5220 Indianapolis Boulevard, East Chicago. That's 5220 Indianapolis Boulevard, East Chicago. Don't be fooled. There is a building in front of Club Cuyahoga, but I guess having the Ecto 1.
We're going to have the Ecto 1 parked
helps
out
people,
front
yeah.
so people could see where it's at. But then
Just a little driveway you got to go up to.
Yep, you got to go behind the plumbing building, and Club Cuyahoga's back there.
Which may be haunted. I don't know.
That's really weird that I forgot to turn that off, and it just went off.
Luke, it's going off. How do you explain it?
Luke, it's got a 10-foot radius and nothing walked in front of it.
Bones.
It's not pointed at Bones.
Lucas could become a believer just yet.
I don't have an explanation.
That was kind of weird. I forgot to turn it off, and I mean, I'm not near the sensor because everybody knows I can't talk without my hands anyway.
It's the host of Radio's Past coming through to us right now.
Something like that.
Now, this is also a great benefit because it's all for charity, too.
Yeah, so $5 a ticket. All proceeds are going to Children's Miracle Network Hospital via Extra Life, which is a charity that the Bob After Dark platform is associated with.
So $5 for entry. That all goes to charity.
You can't go wrong with a $5 ticket.
And for charity.
Yeah. So I got to thank Club Cuyahoga. They were very nice enough to let us host it there, which is really cool. And it's our first year doing it. I would love to see as many of you guys come out as possible. We have 3 paranormal talks going on that night. Like I said, cash bar, vendors. There's a paranormal group showing off their gear, and the Ghostbusters will be there. So it'll be a really cool time.
It should be a good time.
What's
Again,
the
that's
date
this
and time
Saturday, October 18th. Chuck Pullen, we want to thank as well for helping us out with
with
that.
the AV, yes.
I know Matt's joining in on the fun, too. Matt Kaufman from WGLB fame. Luke even may make an appearance.
I might.
You can meet Luke Miller.
You might make a believer of me. We shall see.
We shall see.
I think you just got to have time to see something or witness something to maybe make you that way.
Exactly.
You
Just
know,
have a
but we
guessing count.
that's what Bob After Dark's all about. We're not just we don't shame people that don't believe, right?
No, I welcome skepticism. It's actually very important in my line of work because it gives me something to do. A believer is going to believe anything I tell them. For example, if what's the woods here in Hammond that I always forget the name of? That you took me to?
Gibson
Woods. If I sat down with a believer and I said the Bigfoot of Gibson Woods is real, which, by the way,
one sighting
in the 70s,
1970s, yes.
in the 70s. If I sat down and told that to a believer, they're going to believe me. But if I said, hey, Luke, there was a Bigfoot sighting in Gibson Woods in the 70s, you're going to be like,
That was my dad.
was it really? Oh, I was like, dude, that's awesome.
His dad's Bigfoot, yes. Well, I mean, the region's a vast place of ghost stories. Not so much. I mean, the Mothman is in the Chicagoland area. We get a lot of Mothman sightings.
Yeah, couple Mothman sightings in Northwest Indiana. We don't have. Indiana has a dedicated cryptid, the Beast of Busco, in Busco, Indiana. It's a giant snapping turtle that snapped a boat in half. That's the story, at least. So the Beast of Busco, giant turtle monster, that's the Indiana State cryptid.
Yeah, well, hey, and then, you have your run of Nessies out there, but basically it's the...
There is a sea monster of Lake Michigan, but we don't see it here in Northwest Indiana.
More in Wisconsin and stuff like Michigan?
That people along the Illinois coast have seen it and along other places, but I've never heard of a sighting in Northwest Indiana, so I won't claim that.
Does anything scare you at this point, Bob?
I'm not a fan of dolls, as
dolls.
Most of my fans probably know. I am not a fan of dolls. Dolls scare the ever-living crap out of me.
Well, you were lucky. I was going to bring a Chucky doll in, but I decided on Bones instead.
Doll.
I appreciate Bones being here instead, because I would have been a little nervous.
We should ask Bones if he has any questions at this point. Bones, any questions?
We could also take callers, can't we, on this show? 219-845-1100.
We got a few minutes left, so call in if you like.
If you
want to
call
live,
in, folks,
219-845-1100, 219-845-1100. John and Hobart Mark are tuning in for sure. So John, who's a regular on Bob After
John,
Dark.
So you're listening now, and then I'll see you tonight at 9:00 for Bob After Dark. Which, by the way, time for a quick shameless plug for everybody. Bob After Dark's here at home at WJOB is every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Throughout the entire month of October, thank you. It's my favorite month of the year, and I can't even spit it out.
Your birthday month.
The time in October, it's we're doing Paranormal Researchers Month. So we're looking at people that research the paranormal, and Jack Chavez being one of the best in the business. He's coming out here tonight.
He'll be here tonight.
Exciting.
We look forward to that. Bones probably has to get back home there. Luke, any final questions as well?
Well, I've been swayed slightly. I would say I was a staunch skeptic, and now I'm a mostly skeptic with the possibility of being a believer.
Oh.
There you go.
That's in the short 20 minutes.
Oh, we do have a caller.
Let's
take a caller then. Caller, you are on the air with Bob, Luke, and myself. Hey, caller.
Yeah, there's another category of people on this issue, and that is we don't really think about it.
And that's fair.
I've never experienced anything like that, and the only time I think about it is when I hear programs like this, or there's a whole cable channel that's oriented toward things like that. You could throw in there UFOs. You could throw in there these strange animals that run around the forests of Montana and Alaska and places like that. I mean, it just the curiosity for me is how serious people are about this for the lack of firm evidence about it. That's what I find curious.
Oh, sure. In the world of the paranormal, it is a pseudoscience at the end of the day. I can't sit here and physically prove to you that aliens are... Well, for what it's worth, the alien argument's a little bit more popular these days on being real or not, but I can't sit down and concretely tell you that ghosts are real. I don't have hardcore concrete proof of that, but I do believe, and I'm going to continuously keep talking about it, I guess, until somebody listens.
Walt, you never had a paranormal encounter?
No.
Well, that's straight to the point.
And the only thing is, of course, I'm glad to see these guys are not involved with peddling fentanyl or molesting little boys and stealing hubcaps. I mean,
that's the bad things you should stay away from. Walt. But yeah, these are much more respectable beings, and you never stole a hubcap, right?
No, I can honestly say I never stole the hubcap.
There you go. Walt, appreciate your phone call. We do got one more behind you. Appreciate it, Walt. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, boy, this day is going fast. I mean, I have to look at my watch. It's only 10:30. I must have missed half hour of Bob After Dark.
You're 12 hours early, John, or 11 hours.
Bob Before Dark.
Bob Before Dark right now. John, my number one caller in on my show. John's famous on the Bob After Dark verse.
And he'll be there
Hey,
Saturday.
but I am a big fan of Luke over there. I'm a big fan of Luke, and I think you guys should maybe take Mr. Bones out for lunch. Beef him up a little bit. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, he's a little thin. I think it's going to go straight through him, though. But we'll see what we do.
Yeah, that's a good one,
Drum
Luke.
roll.
Man, I tell you what, I'm hoping you're coming there Saturday night so you can tell a few jokes to me while I, have a couple spirits with you. What do you think?
There you go, spirits now.
There you go.
Sure. See, now you got to come. Hey,
Temptation.
no thinking about it, but hey, good show. Very interesting, and I'm glad Adriana had some say-so about her beliefs in the paranormal. And
La Llorona.
and there's a lot of people out there, Bob, that seem like they're on your side, right?
I would say so. And
Walt's still on the fence, though.
And it's okay, Walt. You can be on the fence. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with being on the fence about it.
Oh, he's actually on the other side of the fence, I think. He doesn't.
And there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate believers and skeptics and people who don't even think about it because, well, maybe I could give you something to think about.
There you have it. Well, John, we'll hear from you later.
Yeah, continue the good show, and I'll see you either tonight or hopefully Saturday at the Club Cuyahoga.
Yes, you'll see me there, John. Then
Yeah.
I will see you there Saturday, and hopefully I'll see the rest of you there as well.
Definitely. All right, you guys have a good day, including Mr. Bones.
Take
Thanks,
care
John.
there, John. Adriana, any final questions for Bob here? Any paranormal question you're dying to maybe know about?
I see what you did there. Dying to know.
Oh, flip you on there. I think your headset, your mic, as far as that goes. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
So maybe the question I have is how, of course, everybody's going to have their perspectives. They're going to have their lore and beliefs and all the stories you hear. And kind of differentiate between all of them. How do you keep finding new things?
That's a great question. I think there will always be as long as there's people to tell a story, there's always going to be a new story told.
Okay. What's your favorite?
Yeah, exactly. There's always going to be something new. There's always going to be somebody that's going to have a new story to
She
tell.
wants to know the favorite.
Yeah.
though.
What's your
My
favorite?
personal
Yeah,
favorite.
your favorite.
Personal favorite.
Oh,
I have to put you on the spot here.
a paranormal story of all time is the Mothman prophecies. That's my
Just the general, the
favorite
sightings?
paranormal story of all time. But local to the region, Reeder Road. I will tell you, it's bunk and it's not haunted. But man, it's a lot of fun.
Come on,
it's
Bob.
not haunted.
Pete Grice is covering his ears right now.
Listen. I should say that I'm open to believing that Reeder Road is haunted.
Okay.
But I have never had anything experience go on there, or if I've ever actually researched anything. But I'll tell you what, it's as far as the local ghost story is concerned to Northwest Indiana, it is hard to find somebody who's not going to talk about Reeder Road or what's the cemetery out there in St. John that's really popular too? Gypsies?
The Gypsy Cemetery?
Yeah, Gypsy Cemetery.
Yeah.
That one's really popular
Yeah.
too. I know a lot of people go there. That's dangerous though.
Yeah.
Be careful out
I was
there.
going to say, as you guys wrap up, do you two have a favorite?
Jeez. The Yule Cat.
The Yule Cat?
No, I don't know. Like a local ghost story. I'm kind of with Bob. Reeder Road was
I would say local or just
Yeah.
one that's always told.
favorite ghost story.
I would say paranormal, probably Loch Ness Monster. I just
Nessie.
love the lore.
Yeah, Nessie's good. I'm trying to think like a ghost one though. Like the Woman in White stuff, like the hitchhiking ghost. That's always a classic.
Like the Appalachian Mountains and
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, like you're picking up a ghost after you're driving down the road at night, and you there's a woman that gets in your car, but it's a ghost. That's
Ooh.
terrifying. And that disappears. How do you explain that, Adriana?
At the end of the day, with all the ghost stuff, you got to ask who you're going to call, and you're going to call on Bob After Dark.
Hey, that's a good tagline.
Hey, look at that.
Luke, on a scale from 1 to 10, how convinced are you today?
Started at a half, now to a 2.
2.
Oh,
Okay.
two? Look
Moving.
at that.
We're getting
I'm
there.
moving
Moving.
along, everybody.
Hear this more on Bob After Dark again, 9 p.m.s on WJOB,
Tonight.
and also available afterwards on all podcast platforms.
Yep. You could go right now and start listening to the Library of Bob After Dark, available right now.
And remember, Scaring is Caring event this Saturday, October 18th, 5220 Indianapolis Boulevard, Club Cuyahoga. $5 for Extra Life charity.
Yep.
And that gets you into the door. We got 3 paranormal podcasts, including Bob Ghosty podcast and Jack's Channeling Chavez podcast, as well as the Spirits Bar. You could get your spirits there, and vendors, and the Ecto One will be out there, and all that good stuff.
Yep.
So that's October 18th. Bob, any final word?
No, thank you for having me on tonight, guys, or this afternoon. I'm used to saying tonight. It's my cadence.
We'll
but it's
see
nice
you
to
later
hear.
tonight. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you, Bones. Thank you, No Name for this Scarecrow. And thank you all for listening and watching here. This episode of Notoriety with Phil Potempa. Phil Potempa will be back from assignment next week. Keep on listening. Keep on watching WJLB Jed TV, the voice and face of the region.